One ends July 31. Call 1300 Sunboost.
Good morning. We are standing by to take you live for a COVID update from New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian. Sydney is in our 4th week of lockdown. Today's COVID case count is expected to be in excess of 120 new infections. That number was 112 yesterday. Another high number expected today, potentially the highest single day of infections we have seen so far in this outbreak. The figure we are all keeping an eye on, though, is that other number. How many people were infectious in the community, going about their business, potentially spreading the virus, not knowing they were COVID positive? Here is the Premier about to speak in Sydney, so let's take a listen to what she has to say.
Those in those local government areas of concern in and around Fairfield and Canterbury-Bankstown for coming out and getting tested. We hit another record of 85,000 tests, which means in the last 2 days alone, we've had around 170,000 people get tested. As a result, unfortunately, case numbers have gone up again. 124 cases of community transmission, and unfortunately, 48 of those were infectious in the community. Now, given that number of infectious in the community, I'm expecting case numbers to go up even higher. It's really, really important to continue those high rates of testing because, as Dr. Chant said earlier this week and towards the end of last week, it's really important for us to scoop up all the possible cases that are out there, and we're also finding cases when we're testing workers during that 3 days of required testing. So it's extremely positive that 85,000 people have come forward to get tested. It's a new record in New South Wales, but regrettably what that has done is uncover more positive results and uncover a very high rate of results, at least 48 who are infectious during that time in the community. There's even to be materialising or proven to be occurring. So we're asking for people in those communities to be alert and come forward for testing, and Dr. McAnulty will read out the suburbs in particular where we do want people to come forward and get tested. Unfortunately, we're finding the two main areas of transmission again, or the two main places where people are getting the virus or spreading the virus, continue to be in workplaces and also in households. Unfortunately, when our health experts are interviewing families within households, we're learning that they have visited families in other households and the disease is spreading through that way, but unfortunately also in workplaces. We're finding that when people are going to buy their groceries or when people are going to the pharmacist or other person bringing it home to the rest of their families. The strongest message we can give everybody at this time is please stay at home. Please only leave your home when you absolutely have to. We can't stress that enough. And we can't stress enough how contagious, it's cruel the way this virus is contagious. Any human contact means you can pick up the virus or give the virus. It is spreading like we've never seen before, and I especially want to thank our contact tracers because if it was nowhere near what they would have been, and that should give us heart. But what needs to give us more heart is seeing a change in those number of people infectious in the community. Please just don't take the risk. We're seeing more and more people without symptoms carry the virus and spread it, and we just can't have that continue. So thank you to everybody who's come forward and got tested. That is very positive, and I want to encourage that, obviously, whilst we're in this very dangerous period. But I also say to everybody, please do not assume that anybody you are in contact with, you should assume, I should say, that anybody you're in contact with has the virus, or anybody you're in contact with can get the virus. And please know the last thing we want for anybody is hearing those sad stories of people taking it home and passing it on to the people they love the most. Again, I want to thank everybody for their efforts. And finally, my message for today, as Dr. McAnulty will reinforce, please get vaccinated. The vaccine is key to our freedom. The more people we have vaccinated, the quicker we